In the peaceful Igbo village of Umuoka, there lived a young mother named Adis. She loved her newborn baby, Chinonso, more than anything in the world. One sunny afternoon, Adis carried Chinonso to the riverside to wash clothes. The river was cool, the birds were singing, and the breeze felt soft on her skin. After feeding her baby, Adis leaned on a smooth rock to rest. She told herself, "I will close my eyes for only 1 minute." But Adis was very tired. Her eyes grew heavy, and before she knew it, she fell asleep. While she slept, Chinonso lay peacefully on a mat beside the river, kicking his tiny feet and smiling at the sky. The water twinkled as if watching him. When Adis finally woke up, the sun had moved across the sky. She yawned, stretched her arms, and looked beside her, but the mat was empty. Chinonso was gone. Adis' heart jumped. She searched behind the rocks, looked inside her basket, and even ran along the riverbank calling, "Chinonso! Chinonso!" A group of villagers heard her crying and came running. They searched everywhere, under leaves, behind trees, and along the path, but they found nothing. Then, old Mom Nkechi pointed at the river. "The water is glowing," she whispered. The river shone with a strange, soft blue light. The villagers stared quietly, afraid to speak. Something magical had happened. Deep under the shining water, the river spirits, called Miomiri, carried baby Chinonso gently in their arms. They lived in a bright, glowing world filled with sparkling fish and dancing water lights. The river queen, Ezawani Miri, smiled when she saw the baby. "He is the one," she said. "The child of peace. The one we have been waiting for." The spirits sang sweet songs for Chinonso, and he giggled happily. They gave him a tiny crown made of water drops that never fell apart. The river queen carried him everywhere, showing him the underwater gardens and the shiny shells. But even though Chinonso smiled, he sometimes looked up toward the world above, missing his mother's warm arms. Adis could not sleep or eat. She walked from house to house crying, "Please help me find my baby." The villagers gathered in the square to make a plan. The oldest man in the village, Papa Okoro, said, "Only one person can help you, the river priestess, Neka." So Adis went to the priestess's hut by the edge of the forest. Neka listened carefully. Then she closed her eyes and touched the river sand Adis brought. "Your child is alive," she said gently. "The river spirits have taken him. They believe he belongs to them." Adis gasped. "How do I get him back?" she asked. The priestess smiled. "With bravery, love, and a special gift." Neka told Adis to bring something precious, something that showed pure love. Adis returned with the tiny blanket she had sewn before Chinonso was born. Every stitch had been made with hope and joy. The priestess nodded. This would touch their hearts. At sunset, Adis stood by the river with the blanket held to her chest. Neka began to sing a soft ancient song. The river heard the music and started to glow again. The water rose gently like a tall, shining wall. Adis kept singing and whispering, "Please bring back my baby." The river bubbled, swirled, and opened like a doorway. The river spirits came to the surface, carrying baby Chinonso. Their eyes shone like moonlight. The river queen stepped forward and asked, "Why should we return this child?" "He brings peace to our waters." Adis' hands shook, but she held up the tiny blanket. "Because he is my heart," she said softly. "I made this with love. And no one can love him like I do." The river queen touched the blanket. It glowed warm and bright. She looked at Chinonso, who stretched out his little hands toward his mother. The queen sighed. "A mother's love is stronger than magic," she said. "Take your child." Adis cried happy tears as she hugged Chinonso close. The river spirits bowed, then sank back into the water, leaving a trail of sparkling light. When Adis returned to the village, everyone danced, clapped, and beat their drums. Papa Okoro said, "Let this be a lesson, never leave a child alone, no matter how tired you are. From that day on, Addis kept Chinonso close to her, and the river remained calm and kind. Sometimes at night, the water glowed softly, as if the river spirits were watching over the child they once called their heir. Moral lesson: a mother's love is stronger than fear, stronger than magic, and stronger than mistakes. Always protect the ones you love, and never leave a small child alone even for a moment. Care grows safety. Love creates miracles. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more beautiful African folktales. Leave a comment telling us your favorite part, and share this story with someone who loves magic and family.